So in this, I'm going to call this You Don't Have to Take That. I had a dream. And I don't ever have this dream because it's not something that's really a part of my reality. Sometimes I guess when I might look at certain things on YouTube or talk about certain topics, then I kind of, I see it again. And so I do try to stay away from this. And that's, so I'm going to title this, You Don't Have to Put Up With That. And I had a dream about just people in general, whether it's brown men, Caucasian men, or just people in general. Just putting down brown women. Oh, I know what happened. I know why I had this dream. I like to look at Leonard Honor sometimes. You know what? It's not even about caring about what he has to say about Umar Johnson. I sometimes find his lives to be relaxing. I find his lives to be relaxing sometimes. Because I've never really been into Umar Johnson enough to really care what he's doing and what new came out about him. You know, because at this point it has been 13 years and whoever wants to get it, and whoever don't, you know. But anyway, so he played some clip about brown women coming together, I guess helping decorate the FDMG or something, getting some furniture together. It was on a live called Umar Johnson threats a fifth grader or disrespects a fifth grader or threats a fifth grader. So it was on a recent live last week. Today is Sunday, so it was last week. And Umar Johnson was talking about how he needs some brown women to come together and decorate the place, maybe get some furniture or something like that. And then I was somewhere in the midst of him talking about how he needs brown women to decorate the place, he started talking about, because you know how petty the brown women can be or how messy brown women can be or something like that. Of course, he said black women. So because you know how messy or petty black women can be or something, he said that. I don't know where that even comes from. Him saying that he needs black women or brown women to do this XYZ sounded positive. I don't really care. I don't know, I don't really care about that stuff. I don't, I'm not going to say what my personal feelings about the FDMG. I honestly don't care. I literally sometimes, you just want something on, even if you're not paying attention to it. But anyway, he was in the midst of saying that he just needed some brown women to decorate what, and I don't care about putting down Umar Johnson. I don't. That's not what this upload is about either. I don't care about putting that man down. I don't know him. But anyway, and then in the midst of that, because I need brown women to come together, do this and such, because you know how messy or petty brown women can be or black women can be. And it's like, that's when Lennon cut it off. He said he constantly disrespects brown women or black women. They use the term black women. He said they constantly disrespect black women. Of course, Leonard understood, black women are going to have to set a high standard. Well, yeah. I will say black women not really setting a high standard is a huge reason why a lot of them have lost their protection, because you can't keep disrespecting what could be a physical representation of Great Mother. You cannot keep disrespecting that and get away with it. And a lot of brown women allow these men to disrespect them. But what I'm saying is in my dream, I was hearing, after listening to that, I think it carried on into a dream. And I was hearing guys like, oh yeah, the black woman, and saying something about black women. I can't remember. And I just woke up and I said, that people were looking at me because I was the only, I think, brown woman in the room, and people were looking at me like, oh my goodness. And I woke up, I said, you know what? I don't care how imperfect black women are. I don't care how imperfect black women are. It's a lot more shit going on in the world than to be worried about how much you don't like a black woman, so-called black woman, the way they say it, right? And I'm not black. I'm going to make that clear. I'm not black. But anyway, but that's how society is going to look and see me anyway, regardless. But that's society in the United States of America too, because as people who travel, you know, when you travel, when I went to India, when you go to other places in the world that you go to, you know, most likely you're not seen as a black woman, you just seen as an American. When I went to India, I was seen as an American. Yeah, true enough, these areas got their thing about color and stuff, but they're not just seeing you as black. That's a United States, for the most part, that's a United States thing. When I go other places, true enough, they are aware of my skin complexion. They're fully aware of that. But I am not a black woman to them. They don't understand black. They don't know black. They call me American. To me, I'm American. Even when I went to Israel, that was in 2007. I'm an American to them. They don't know black, but they still would discriminate based on your skin complexion, your color, because they do that to the brown people over there where they are. So they will still discriminate, but they don't call me black. They don't know black. They say American, and still would discriminate on your skin complexion. But I am American, right? So I just said to say, you don't have to keep taking that from people. I don't give a fuck how imperfect brown people or brown women or black women are. I don't give a fuck how imperfect they are. You don't have to take people wanting to put you down because of what they don't like about a group of people. That's bullshit. That really is. And I'm going to say this. It'd be disrespectful to just see a Caucasian woman or whatever type of woman or male, and just a bunch of brown women brown people be in a room and say, I don't know, the Caucasian, they just so. I think that's disrespectful just to say that with them in a room like that. Like, what do you expect them to do? You just disrespecting them in their face while they're in the fucking room. You purposely trying to tear them down. What do you expect them to do about a group of people and they the only one that's their color or their nationality that's in the room, and you have this other group of people that's another culture that want to tear them down? So that's kind of messed up. But really, you know, this thing about, I don't like brown women, the world just want to put you down, or especially the United States of America just want to find something some reason to hate you. You don't have to tolerate that, because that's a program. I don't care how imperfect brown women are. That is a fucking program for everybody to keep going. That started with this. I'm gonna tell you, that really took off during YouTube. It started in 2006 during the when YouTube first started. Started in 2006, and then so it started with another YouTuber that had quite a few followers, and you know, a person named Asia McGowan. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but a person named Asia McGowan, one of this person's followers on YouTube, one of this guy's followers that started that stuff on YouTube. I know it's been going on, but I'm saying on YouTube, when YouTube started, he was the first that kicked that off on YouTube. And one of his followers, see, some of these followers, when they listen to these guys, they're not mentally well. And so one of his followers, you know, kind of listened to everything he had to say and took it to heart, and messed around and killed a lady that went, I don't know if he went to that college, but he killed a lady that went to a particular college. Her name was Asia McGowan. Very nice, upbeat kind of person, liked to dance. I would see her dancing all the time on her. She had a YouTube channel. Asia McGowan, a pretty girl, slim. I could see why he liked her. She looked like one of those popular girls those kind of guys seem like the dorks or whatever, unpopular dorks. What you call that? Socially awkward. He's like socially awkward, and those kind of guys look like the Asia McGowans of the world. The Asia McGowan looked like the popular cheerleader in school. That's what Asia McGowan looked like to me, and he looked like the dork that can never get that kind of woman. That's what the fuck he looked like. He looked like a movie, and because he could not get her, he wants to get mad at brown women, black women. He wants to get mad at her because she was not interested in him, and he killed her. And then it turns out he was a follower of this guy on YouTube. I don't know if you're familiar with him. His name is Sergeant Willie Pete. I'm going to tell you, when those guys, they do have to take responsibility for what these guys do, because you have a bunch of people that follow you and your rhetoric that are mentally unwell. That guy was mentally unstable. He was mentally unwell, and a lot of those people following guys like that go online tearing down brown women. So that was just like, I was just saying where it started in YouTube. Because that disrespect that on that level really took off since YouTube. And I remember it was some women. That's when you started all this stuff with all these other female bloggers, like Muslim Bushido and other bloggers or whatever. They were doing a lot of articles or whatever, trying to get brown women to wake up. That's when you had your Kristen and Carrisons that were she even admitted and said if it was not for them there would be no her. So she wouldn't even got online promoting interracial dating if it had not been for them getting online tearing down brown women. And that's when people like her got online and say, it's time to step away. It's time to date interracially, stuff like that. Time to expand your options. But she said that if it had not been for being like men like them, there would be no her. She would have been doing something else. Then all the other women that came forward. But it seems like it's still been, a door has been open, it's still been okay to just really disrespect brown women in the United States of America on a global level. But a lot of that has to do with because the brown women, not saying it because they didn't do anything about it. No, not even saying that. It's this brown women still worship them. A lot of brown women still worship them. They still defend them. They still go out and get in the front lines for them. They still say, our men, our men, our men. But you don't really hear a lot of brown men say, our women, our women, our women, right? So it's a lot of that stuff that still goes on with brown women. And that's really the reason why the gates have been open to disrespect brown women. Because brown women are constantly seen on media being a foot soldier or the guard dog for brown men. And so it was seen on a global level that no matter what he does and no matter how much he disrespects the brown woman, she's going to have his back no matter what. That's what was seen in media. And when I do talk to other people that are non-black, what you would say, non-brown or whatever, they say that. They see that. They won't say it though. They won't say it. I'll bring up the topic and they'll agree. They see everything I'm saying. Yeah, no matter how much they disrespect her publicly in music, no matter how much he disrespects her, she will always have his back. And that's, to me, what opened the gates for everybody to disrespect her because she actually allowed that door to be open. I said this before when Dolores Tucker waged a war against gangsta rap music and everybody was coming out against her. Nobody really had her back. Not too many people. She was doing a lot of work on her own. She was fighting by herself. She had a few people behind the scenes that helped get her interviews or whatever like that, but for the most part, she was fighting. She was pretty much the one fighting. It wasn't like a movement like you would see like different movements in the brown community around that time where you saw brown people stick together. For the most part, you saw her by herself. That lets you know that brown women didn't really care that they were being disrespected. Even in the older generation, right? And then you had some brown women who was Generation X, but born like, they grew up on that music, born in this maybe mid-70s or whatever, and grew up on that music to the point where she defended that music. And she kind of checked Dolores Tucker and said, well, you didn't ask me if I was okay with getting rid of that music. I happen to like that music. I grew up on that music. So she defended these guys tearing her down. She defended them because that's what she grew up on. That's what she knows. She don't know that she didn't realize it was something wrong that these guys were so disrespectful towards the brown community and towards brown women, but really just degrading the whole brown community altogether. Okay? So that's all I want to say is that you don't have to take that. You have to take that disrespect. I don't care what brown women are doing wrong. I don't care what they get on World Star or whatever brown women are doing, whatever kind of ratchet stuff brown women do. I don't care. You don't have to go somewhere and tolerate that disrespect that somebody else want to push on you because of whatever they feel. And a lot of whatever they feel is based on what they see on media. Because had they felt like that, they would have been felt like that. They wouldn't have to watch social media to get to that point. They would have been felt like that. Okay? So now it's just this. It's like it's okay to be disrespectful to the brown women. I will say this. I know brown women together on a mass level will not do this. And it's a reason why. It's because not all brown women are the same. And when I say they're not all the same, I'm not just talking about tribes. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about some brown women are literally from the underworld. And I don't mean that as a negative thing, because some Caucasians are, some other people are. They literally come from they're from the underworld. You're looking at them in physical bodies, but they literally are from the underworld. And it's a reason why it's some brown people and some brown women. It's like seem like you try to get along with them and talk to them, and it seems like it's not working. It seems like you can't connect with them. Something not right. I mean, other than their experiences in their particular life that caused them to have a certain personality, for the most part, they're still some of them still have this way about this energy on them that's like, I can't connect with you. There's something about you, I can't seem to connect with you. But it's like we're not the same, So that's why you got some that can't. They seem to can't. They can't get it. Everybody's not the same. No. But yeah, and you a woman that don't allow no man to just tear her down, especially publicly, just tear her down and then call yourself having his back. When something happens to him, that don't work like that. It's like they don't care about, as one person put it a lot of times, one person said this quite a bit, one-sided loyalty. They don't care about that. They don't care about one-sided loyalty. They would be loyal to him no matter how disrespectful he is. But this is what I realized about brown women and just people in general. Because I've seen this a lot with people in general. A lot of times they respect those that disrespect them. Because when somebody who is genuine come along, the person that they say however they want to be treated, a person that comes along that want to treat them the way they say they want to be treated. And I'm talking about this on all colors too, because I've seen this with Caucasian women too and other people too. You got another person, see, you got to do a certain amount of work on yourself. When you say you want to be treated a certain way, and this is not about romantically either. It's not just about being romantically. I'm talking about even as a friend, or what you want in your life. Like when you want things to change in your life, you have to be consciously ready to receive those things. Because what I notice is that I think a lot of brown women and people in general, but a lot of brown women, they are attracted to disrespect. They're attracted to disrespect. And people in general, another Caucasian woman, I'm going to say that I have spoken to, she's attracted to disrespect. She's attracted to people doing her wrong. Complain about maybe a narcissist or whatever and all this stuff. But then when somebody comes into your life, whether it's a friend, a female or male, or whether it is a romantic relationship, right? Somebody comes into your life because you complain about being treated this and that way, right? But somebody comes into your life that's treating you the way you say you want to be treated because you say you're tired of treated this way. So somebody comes into your life to treat you the way you feel like you want to be treated. Guess what? You disrespect that person. You treat that person like shit. Why? Because you are attracted to what you are getting. And I'm just going to say, and I don't know the reasons why you're attracted to it, but it's something about you that is attracting that, and that's the truth. It's bigger than that, let me just say, but I'm speaking just on this level right now because sometimes things come to you not because of maybe your personal experience. Oh, it's your personal experience, you got to work on your shadow. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. Me knowing, this is another level that I won't get into in this video. Me knowing that this is a virtual reality, me knowing that there are controllers of your life when you are in an ego type of state, feeling like your identity is who you are, what your name was, what's on your birth certificate is who you are. That's a person that's attached to that entity. That's an entity, and you feel like that's really you. That's when you have gotten completely into an ego. And when you are completely into that, sometimes it is easier for other controllers of the matrix, or I call virtual reality, because I think we've sunk lower than the holographic world into what you call a virtual reality. Okay. There are controllers, and there are certain individuals that are chosen no matter how hard they work to suffer, no matter how much work they put in. And some people, it's so fucking easy for them to just have a good life and they don't have to put much work in at all. And that's because of a program. It's like it was a program since birth. And then you have other controllers of this virtual reality that have spotted you, and they continue to make your life hell. So it's not always about what's in your life and your traumas. It's about something else controlling your reality that is controlling this virtual reality, because you are not so much in control being an ego. But I won't get into that. I'm gonna stay here on this level of what I was just talking about. The simple part where people complain about this and that, or like there's one woman that complained about a narcissist or whatever. But then I've seen this for a fact, even with non-brown people, non-black people. You complain about all this stuff, and you complain about being treated like this in the past, and or a certain characteristic of people. You complain about them. When somebody else comes into your life that's totally opposite of what you have experienced, you don't know how to treat that person, because no matter how much you complain about how you were nice to this other person that was totally abused you, that's, in a way, you might not get that, but that's what you like. Now, you might not think you like that, but you like that. Because when somebody else came into your life that was totally opposite, and everything that you felt like you wanted and you felt like you deserved, you treated them like shit. You treated them like shit. So anyway, so that's what I'm saying. You got to be consciously ready for anything that you want, whatever change that you feel like you want in your life. You got to be you got to be ready to open to receive it. You literally have to be open to receive it, because it'll come your way and you're not open to receive it, and then you treat it like shit. And it's hard for that to come around again. Okay? Anyway, but yeah, I'm not going to end this with saying that you don't have to take that. Just because somebody feels a certain way about brown women. And why do they care that much? I mean, really, how often are they around brown women to really give a fuck like that? Like, see? It's like, at this point, people just feel like it's okay to be disrespectful. Because really, how much are brown women really doing to these people to say, oh, I don't like brown women? How much are they fucking doing to you? Why do you care so much? How much are they doing to you? It's just been popularized to be disrespectful. And I'm here to say you don't have to take that. And you can return that stuff back, spiritually return all that shit back to them people. Especially when they bring it to your doorstep. When they want to bring it to you, I'm like, fuck, I don't know you. I don't care what you feel about brown women. That can't be my problem. I can say I feel a certain ways about Caucasians. But guess what? I'm not going to make that every person's problem that's a Caucasian that I come into contact with. I'm not going to make it their problem every time, for every single person I come into contact with. The Asian woman that was at the job, right? I was talking about that spread a lie. I'm not going to make it every Asian person's problem what she did, right? Fucking Asians, and disrespect the Asian person that's in the room that's not her because it's based on something. See, that's what I'm saying. So you're not going to make whatever went on in your life, you're not going to make that my fucking problem because I have no control of your life. So I'm still wanting to get control over mine. So you're not going to make that my problem, whatever your experience was. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to make it my problem. Because if you want to make it my problem, whatever your experiences was with the brown woman, then I need to make my issues your issues. Guess what? You want me to bear your burdens? When you say, oh, I don't like brown women. Well, guess what? I don't give a fuck what you experience. So you want that to be my problem, whatever you went through in your life, then you're going to bear my fucking burden. How about that? Otherwise, I don't want to hear how you fucking feel about brown women. Don't bring that shit around me. I don't care. Don't bring that fucking shit around me. Okay? Everybody got fucking experiences. Don't bring that fucking shit around me. Oh, he must have had a bad experience with his mother. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Everybody got fucking experiences. And let me just say that these men or whoever, people who got a problem with brown women, they're not the only fucking person with an experience in the world. Don't bring that shit around me when I haven't done nothing to you. I don't fucking tolerate it. I don't accept it. I don't care about what you've been through. I don't care about what problem you have with your mother or your auntie. I don't care. Don't bring that shit to my doorstep. Don't bring it to me, period. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you can return that fucking shit back spiritually to all these people that want to think they can disrespect brown women based on, really because it's just been popularized to do it. Really, that's the bottom line. Because ain't nobody been through that fucking much with brown women to be that fucking disrespectful. At this point, it's just been popularized to just tear down brown women. And I feel like at this point, brown women should spiritually send that shit back. All that fucking stuff, spiritually just send that shit back. Reject it and send it back to their ass. You don't have to take whatever fucking problems and feelings they have towards brown women. You don't have to take that shit from them and send it back to them. Even rappers or whoever. Send that fucking shit back. Because that can't be your fucking problem. You working on your fucking self. That can't be your problem, whatever they feeling. And they make it a doggone point to make sure everybody know that they want to tear down a brown woman. I'm just saying you don't have to fucking take that. Because like literally that can vex you. That can vex your fucking soul. When they bring it in your face. People can say what the fuck they want to say online. But when they say it online, that's what makes it feel so fucking dangerous. Because people who are unstable, a lot of people who are unstable might listen to that rhetoric, right? And then they do bring it to you after listening to it online, and you might see them in real life, and they do bring it to you because they feel like it's been okay to disrespect brown women. But just it's time to really, it's past time to send all that fucking shit back to them. Remove that fucking energy, whatever gates they tried to open, whatever spells they were throwing to keep saying that online to tear down brown women, whatever spells they were throwing out there, return that shit right back to them. Return it right back to them. Because I don't give a fuck. Right? Anyway, I'll talk later.